Litleo.
Litleo?
Uh-huh.
Litleo. Litleo. Litleo.
As in this party is Litleo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Carnictus says greetings from Ireland. Hello, Carnictus. All right, let's do this
How
show.
many listeners in Ireland do we have?
One.
That's it.
What about Shillelagh?
2.
Right? I can't
3.
You forgot about Shillelagh already?
Never.
A 3.
Whoa!
Ah.
Oh, it was.
Ah!
It was disturbing grand. I wanted to move it.
It wasn't disturbing me. I just needed to pull my chair out.
Oh God, this is gonna.
What the fuck?
Oh, careful.
What happened here?
It got caught around the arm of the chair.
How did that happen? Did I hook it up through the chair?
I have no idea.
That's amazing. I did. That's sad.
Oh, no, it's just, it went behind.
There's no like.
It's behind. It went behind.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I can't.
You can't go. Yeah, you can go back and up.
Yeah.
No, just stop. Just stop.
Stop with this
Help the
nonsense.
man.
Oh, I didn't even see that part.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I really didn't. I really, honestly didn't.
I was going to help you, but I was thinking, like, there's no way you could be that stupid.
I was, yeah. I really didn't see that at all.
What did you think? Like,
how embarrassing! I thought I like plugged it in and it had looped around the back of the chair, or the back of the arm when I plugged it in. That's honestly what I thought.
is that chair solely for down here?
No, it was in my office.
You have
Okay, I was
to bring it up
gonna
and
say,
down
never-
every time, or does it automatically go up the steps?
Yep.
It's one of those chair lifts.
I hit a button and it just flies down here.
Well, you guys have the laundry chute. Maybe you have the cowboy chute from the office right over here.
Trust me, I got the cowboy shoe.
Oh.
Is that what that smell was?
Stick it in your pooper.
In
Don't
your
even talk about
pooper.
All right, let's
Your
do this.
pooper.
Your pooper. Your
3, 2, 1.
Pooper.
Go Nintendo Podcast, episode 667, the Litleo Podcast.
Litleo.
Hey, Mom Brain.
You lit liquor.
Can you tell us about Litleo?
Lilio are quadruped feline Pokemon. They're mostly dark brown in
Get
color
comfortable, man.
Yeah, I'll just move my phone out of your way.
with
Thanks.
pale brown paws, ears, tail tip, and face. They have a short,
Tail-
rounded
whoa.
muzzle.
That's an English lesson right there.
Tail tip?
Or something. Pale tip, pale pink face. What was it?
Mostly dark brown in color with pale brown paws, ears,
Pale
tail
brown
tip, and
paws.
face.
Pale brown paws. Pale brown paws. Tail tip and
Pale
face.
brown tail tip and face.
Pale brown paws. Tail tip for face.
They have a They have a short, rounded muzzle with a reddish-orange nose and round ears. Their eyes are circular with black irises and white pupils and sclera. There's reddish-orange
Pupils.
tuft of fur between their ears.
In your
Stick it in your pupils.
Each of their paws has 3 toes and a dark brown paw pad. Their tail ends in a pointed teardrop shape. In battle, its short mane radiates heat, and when up against a strong opponent, the temperature increases. When Wild Litleo grows stronger, they are kicked out of the pack and begin to live alone. Litleo is
The
a
cat
hot...
is forcing Kirby to watch him take a bath. Watch me clean my feet.
I don't think he knows I'm here. He's a
How
cat,
weird.
after all.
How weird.
Manch.
How bizarre.
Manch.
Go on, he's
he
very
does
busy.
know to
Every
do it
time I look
behind.
around.
That's
the
true,
computer
What
that's
are
true.
so
you
on camera.
doing?
Oh.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's go.
Wait, you're all here?
He figured.
Hot-blooded Pokemon that's
Realize
curious by
we're on
nature
board.
and quick to start fights. It's number 667. It's a fire normal type. Its abilities include Rivalry or Unnerve. Its hidden ability is Moxie, and you're way more likely to find a male than a female.
Moxie, huh?
2 feet tall and 29.8 pounds on average.
Thanks, Mom Brain. That
Thank
was a great
you.
job. You did
You're
a great
welcome.
job.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I'm in a gaming chair. It's an eWin gaming chair. No, I'm not supposed to, or not sponsored to tell you that. I'm just telling you that. Yes, they did send it for review. No, I'm not going to review it well because they sent it for review. There. Now all your questions are answered. But I figured-
eWin?
eWin or eWin. No, it's an eWin like office/desk chair, office/gaming/desk chair, whatever.
Does it have speakers in it?
No speakers, no.
Does it have
Well, it's got this little
online
pillow, so when you're
Wi-Fi?
like, I don't want to work anymore, you just go to sleep.
Oh, that's handy.
How's it attached up there?
It's like a bungee-ish.
Does it go
Snap
around?
cord?
Does it go around it?
It does go around. Yes. Reginilla says, "Are you a gamer now?" Yes. Now that I have the
It's
chair,
official.
I am a gamer. It's happened. So yeah, I'll have a review of the chair this coming week because that's what I have to do. This is the first new desk chair that I've had in.
Do you have to do it?
Ever. You've never had a
Yes,
new
I
desk chair.
have to.
Did they just deliver it and then go, you have to?
No, that's not how it works.
Oh,
It just shows up and they're like, "Now you got to review it." Sorry.
That's
No. Yeah, it was.
pushy.
They had reached out because they're like, "We really like what you do, you weirdo." And I said, "Well, thanks." And they're like, "We got chairs. Do you have a desk chair?" And I was like,
did
"I
not call you a
do,
weirdo.
but it is really old and broken." And they said, "Okay, we'll send you a new one as long as you'll review it." And I said, "Okay, it's a deal." So now I got to review it. So that's what I'm going to do. Honestly, I still don't know how I feel about it. I mean, obviously, it's better than the chair I had.
Did you spend like at least 1 hour of just like bobbing up and down?
Yeah.
Just put it through the ringer,
I mean, that's what I'm doing all day, every day, anyway.
burying farts in there. See what the
The one good thing I can say
The
about the
fart
UN
retention.
gaming chair is the amount of fart retention. Really holds on to them for you. And then when you sit down in it next time, you get a nice bouquet
Oh,
right back into your face.
cool.
So yeah, I'll have a review of that. But more importantly, hey guys.
Yeah.
NPD.
The GoNintendo podcast is sponsored by Runner 3.
Hey.
The latest and greatest entry in the Bit Trip Runner series. It's now available on Switch. It's bigger, better, and a whole lot weirder than the previous games. But worry not, dear listener. The rhythm music gameplay you've come to know and love is alive and well in Runner 3. And with new additions like branching paths, tough as nails, challenge levels, vehicle sections, and item shop filled with ridiculous costumes and accessories, all new retro challenges and more, Runner 3 feels like the ultimate Bit Trip Runner experience. Oh, and did we mention that the legendary Mario voice actor Charles Martinet will be playable in will be a playable character in the game? What are you waiting for? Pick up your Switch and pre-purchase Runner 3 today. Visit runner3.game for more info, and be sure to tweet at GoNintendo Tweet and tell them your favorite spooky story. Why? Because that's what they said. So that's our.
Isn't there like a spooky level?
There's a whole spooky world. Yeah. That's.
You did tell us about Charles Martinet.
I did tell you. Well, now I told you again. Thanks to Choice Provisions for sponsoring the podcast. That's the end of our Runner 3 sponsorship
Oh,
for the
really?
podcast. It is. Yeah, 2 weeks. One
Okay.
here, the game's coming out. 2 games out.
Oh, all right. It's usually wasn't the last sponsorship like a month at least?
It was, but that's because we have another 2 sponsorships coming.
Gotcha.
So there's one next week and there's one the week after, but I can't say what it is yet.
All right.
But
Is that the same? Like you contact them and
it's
say,
not Slim Jims.
Exactly. Hey, you want me to talk about you in the podcast? Pay me.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how
Same
business
thing as
emails
the-
work. Yeah. Same thing as what?
Same thing as the chair. It's like, here you go. Here's a free chair. You have to review it.
Well, that's not how it works.
No, I'm joking.
Remember those Slim Jim commercials with that guy who had who was like made of Slim Jims and he looked like Johnny Knoxville?
I don't.
No.
Oh yeah, he had like a flat top because that was the top of the Slim Jim.
Yeah, right. You must remember this.
Oh, yeah. His
Perhaps
face
the
was human face.
Yeah, right. And it
But
was
his
always
hair was Slim
Yeah.
Jim, like plastic.
exactly. His
Yeah,
head was
okay, I
made
gotcha.
of meat product.
I got
What's
you.
his
I
name?
got you.
Slim Jim, you think?
If it wasn't, they made a real big mistake.
Yeah,
James.
that I don't remember.
It was Skinny James.
Hello, I'm Skinny James. That should be like their luxury line of
Oh,
meat stick. I don't know what you call it. There he is.
yeah, there he is.
I could go for a delicious Skinny James right now. Also, have an update on the.
Yes.
And he snapped
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah, there we go. That's the face that I remember.
I wonder who he is. Let's
Rest in
look.
peace, Macho Man. Oh my
Oh,
God,
look at
I got to
this.
talk about that. I also got to talk about. I have been doing more research and discussion. Is that Daniel Tosh? I've been doing more research and discussion about the upping the audio on the podcast, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I'm set. I think I know what I'm doing. So I think I'm going to do it. Like, this is going to be not something that I say, let's do it, and then it takes like 7 months. I feel like it's going to be, let's do it, and like within the next 30 days, it'll happen. It'd be nice to have it for like all the E3 discussion and everything like that. So that's what I'm going to try and do. And the lovely Austin of Eggbusters fame, and now VG Wham. If you haven't watched,
name of Austin.
if you haven't watched VG Wham, please go and watch VG Wham, because Austin pours his heart and soul into his work. And VG Wham is his new show where he goes on the digital shops for various platforms. So he's been on the Switch eShop, and he's been on the PlayStation Network shop. And he just randomly goes through whatever the newest releases are and picks out a game that he's going to play and see how it goes. So that's VG Wham. The new episode's out. I don't want to say what game he plays, but you can watch that on his YouTube channel. Just search, I don't know what it's on. He's got 2 channels. I don't remember which one it's on, which is terrible. But I watched the latest episode last night, put it on the TV, and enjoyed it very much. But he said, if I have any audio issues, I can reach out to him because he will be able to fix everything, no matter what it is. So
everything, huh?
Well, I mean, we had the discussion
I
last
trust
night.
him.
Yeah, no, I trust him too. So if I have issues, I'm reaching out to him. And if there's any issues with the show after that, it's his fault, not mine. He said he could have helped me with everything. So yeah, we're going to be doing that somewhat soon, I think. And yes, Macho Man, I got to talk about this. Oh, which one is it? I think I can look it up. It's one of the Paul brothers, but I don't know which one it is. What the hell?
Huh. I don't know. They're both the same.
They are both, in my opinion, annoying.
Equally terrible, yes.
But I know they're quite popular, so if you enjoy
Did one
their
of them,
work...
like, dig up Macho Man's corpse or something?
Oh, yeah! No, but they have... I think it's Jake.
Which one's the younger one?
Jake.
Okay.
Yes, it is Jake. Jake has a new rap song out.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
Called Randy Savage.
Dab on the haters.
Called Randy Savage.
Oh, okay.
Because you know how kids nowadays say that was savage and this is savage and oh, you're being so savage. Well,
savage questions.
He's updated it now.
Macho Man never got to collect on the royalties.
No. And he's not collecting on this because now
because he's still dead.
Mr. Paul is so savage that he's no longer just savage, he's Randy Savage.
Oh,
and that's why that's the name of the rap. This is all serious. This is honestly happening.
Oh, sure.
Jake Paul.
Who's Jake Paul?
Brother of Logan Paul.
The YouTube people?
Yes.
We're still, like, people still like them, right?
Apparently.
They can do anything.
Popularity waning, but yes.
Yeah, they could still do anything and still stay popular.
Yeah. They don't have to worry about their bank accounts right now. Let's say that, but
or
they don't got to worry about their reach
or consequences.
I mean, I guess Logan Paul had some consequences, but
what's your social engagement?
Came over it.
Well, he put out this new music video like a day or 2 ago. It's already got like 3 million views, and he there's like a wrestling ring in the video, and nobody dresses like Macho Man as far as I could see, which I don't understand. But there's like an Undertaker and a John Cena and
a brand new John Cena.
Plenty of licensed characters.
Why is Jake Paul popular when Froggy Fresh isn't that popular? Froggy Fresh should be that popular.
Does he still like put out videos?
Froggy Fresh stopped for a long time because he's like everybody like grew up and got jobs and everything, so we can't film videos anymore. But he did put out like a whole dump of all the songs that he worked on that he wanted to do music videos for, so you can download a free album of Froggy Fresh new stuff.
Moneymaker Mike.
Which I want to. I just haven't gotten it yet because I legitimately think Froggy Fresh makes some good songs. There's some of them. Some of them are obviously funny.
I only just recently found out he used to go by the name Krispy Kreme.
Yes,
and
this is true.
And I guess like they threatened to sue him or something.
But yes, he has new music out. That's all. That's the whole point of this conversation. I wish Froggy Fresh had the popularity of Jake Paul.
Well, there's so many people who deserve to be as popular as the Paul brothers.
Yeah. But and Logan Paul, I think it was, just got into a fight with Chris D'Elia, that comedian who I personally don't think Chris D'Elia is funny. I know a lot of people think he's funny. They got into a fight on Twitter about stupid stuff. So just like back and forth, like poking and prodding at it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But look at them. They're all making money. They're making bank. And what are we doing?
You know who else
Working for peanuts.
That Cash Me Outside girl.
Now, don't you say anything bad about Bad Bobby.
Her name.
Bobby.
Her name's like, no, that's not a real name, obviously. Her rap name is like, it's Bad Barbie, but there's a whole bunch of H's in it.
Yeah, because
Bad Bobby.
that's probably how she pronounces it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say anything bad about her.
No, go ahead. I'd like to hear your opinion on her.
I can't believe this is the world we live in.
That she's popular?
Where some kid who is a complete butthole to her family just becomes super popular because she acts like an idiot on television.
Mother brain, I did not say working for penis. I said working for peanuts. What are we doing? Working for penis. Yes, it's kind of funny because I don't really respect Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil's like, you're not gonna become popular. No, like nothing's gonna happen for you. And she's got every right now to be like,
because of him. Good job, Dr.
Yeah.
Does she put out like a diss track, dedicated to Dr. Phil?
I am versed in her music. I'm not well versed, so I haven't heard if she has a Dr. Phil. She better not have a Dr. Phil diss track because he is the main reason she's popular.
Yes.
Diss track, like making fun of him? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yes, that's what it's called in the rap game.
The rap industry.
What if they're just saying it's this one right here, diss track?
Oh, diss track. I get it. Listen to diss track.
Yeah, I got diss track. I got that track. Which one you want to listen to first?
I'm Bad Bobby. This is a diss track.
I know when you're done, listen to that track.
No, Lanquin, it is not. It's just we recorded it 2 weeks ago. Talking about the new Parents Play, and I haven't had time to edit. It is not Patreon exclusive because we don't have a Patreon. Yeah, I just need time to edit it. They take like 8 hours to edit.
Good thing you don't have a Patreon because those people are going to be waiting for their exclusive.
Tell me about it, right? Well, that's why if I were going to do a Patreon, I wouldn't tell them when it's coming. They would just get it early when it's done. Yeah, I was talking about it with Crazy Colonel last night, the guy who's doing the artwork for the podcast recently, because he has a wonderful image to go along with it that I'm going to use as the thumbnail. All right, let's do some Nintendo news now. I would love to talk about the rap game and the Paul brothers and Bad Barbie and Dr. Phil and all that stuff, but we can't do that all day.
Yeah, all the legit rap artists.
I would love to talk about working for penis all day long, but I can't. Splatoon, the franchise of which there are how many games, Mom Brain?
Splatoon 2.
Oh, wow.
Split 1?
You're
Splatoon!
on. There are 2 Splatoon games, and as of right now, the franchise is already at over 11 million sold. Oh, I didn't say hello to everybody. Hello, Mark and Lizzie and Zach and the world. That's all one name, Lizzie and Zach versus the world. Hello, Remo. Hello, Chris and James and the Aloe Wolf and Lanquin and Drew and Mother Brain and Sarah and Swedish Galaxy 94 and Omar and Tommy and Dre Gamer and oh boy, I missed a lot. and Reginilla and everybody else that I didn't say hello to. I apologize, but thanks for joining us today. I got so caught up in rap. I love talking about rap. I'm a big rap aficionado. My first concert was Beastie Boys concert, and it was you. You were there.
I was there, but we didn't know each other.
Oh, crazy, right?
I had box seats.
Did the whole world freeze except for the two of you spotlit like West Side Story? You walked through the crowd and
I remember what I wore to that concert because I thought I was so cool.
Cat sweatshirt?
No. But I did
wear a tuxedo.
I did wear my brand new Doc Martens.
Oh man, I bet your feet were hurting after that.
No.
You gotta break those things in.
I still have them.
I
I
really,
have them in my trunk right now so that I can bring them to Charlie to have him fix them because they need to be fixed.
I really don't remember too much about that concert at all.
When
I
was this?
remember getting a free Tibet sticker while I was
Because
there.
you were dressed so cool.
Probably in
Was
my
this
leather
like,
shoes. We were probably 15.
Post...
Hello Nasty tour?
Oh, this is the Hello Nasty.
I think so, yeah.
So like 1999-ish.
It was probably earlier.
Maybe 8?
Yeah.
Or
When did it come out?
Yeah, maybe it was 1999.
I don't remember. But yeah, that was my first concert. Splatoon has broken 10 million units sold. It's actually
Who
just
should go
below 11 million units sold. I went with Brian Allen. Me and him. So yeah, when you consider how few units the Wii U sold overall, and factor that in with the franchise already being at 10 or close to 11 million units sold, that's quite the accomplishment.
Wait,
Obviously, the
how
Switch
many
one has sold
on
more.
the Wii U. That was popular on the Wii U.
I know, but that's my point. The Wii U only sold 13 million units, and for Splatoon on the Wii U to sell, I think it's over 4 million units. That's really crazy. So yeah, and obviously Splatoon 2 has sold more, and it continues to sell. And there's the Octo expansion DLC coming out June, I want to say, although we don't have an official release date. Pernictus says, "You are cool, Mom Brain."
Oh.
There you go.
Thanks.
I just read them. I don't have to agree with them. Sephiron says, no. Nope. Somebody read a comment I made incorrectly, and they were corrected by another reader, and then that reader said, "Thank you."
Wow. How polite.
Yes, it was a polite
That's very
exchange.
civil.
Clark 2K says, ARM should have been a great new IP a la Splatoon. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but the lack of a proper story mode, an improved number of fighters, and more game modes makes me agree with those who consider it a shallow experience.
There's no story mode in ARMS?
Not really. There's I want to say it's a Grand Prix mode.
Grand Prix.
Grand Prix, I'm sorry, where you like go through a tournament, but you get a very little bit of story at the end. You know, it's kind of like Street Fighter, I guess. At least Street Fighter 2, where you don't really get story.
That's what passed for like a story mode back then.
And now.
So, announced out of nowhere and out this week in Japan is Resident Evil 7 Cloud Edition. So that's not Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. That is play it on the cloud. This is only available in Japan, but obviously if you have a Japanese Switch account, you can go on their eShop and download it. So this is a situation where basically you pay $20 and you rent the game for 180 days. And obviously the game is stored on the cloud, as is your save data. And the app that you download to access the game is like 45 megs. It's tiny. And then you go on and you stream the game to play it. So it looks like it does on other platforms, but you are streaming it. Now, I have seen people play it, and I've seen it worked perfectly. Like, even the people that were playing it talked about how perfect it worked. On launch day, I saw people playing it and saying it didn't work at all. I especially saw people here in the States saying they were playing it and it didn't work well.
Wait,
but
it's already out, though? No.
Yes. It's out.
Japan?
Yeah.
Oh.
They announced it like on Sunday and it came out a couple days later. The difference is those cloud servers are in Japan. So people that are playing in Japan should have a much better latency and shouldn't have any issues with it. So now that the rush at launch has died down and everybody's not...
Wide web. It's not...
Yes, but the servers have a physical location.
Okay.
That's like why when you test your internet, it's like...
Goes to the closest.
Yeah, it goes to the closest one.
Huh.
It's like a relay spot.
So it's
for
really
the internet.
the cloud, and it's all being coming from Japan, and you got to reach that cloud from here.
Yes, you got it. So
that cloud just doesn't travel with you where the Wi-Fi lasts.
No, well, it does, but it takes longer to get there. So now that the rush from day one launch is over and people were like all trying to get in at the same time, it seems like it's doing much better. And I've seen someone show off like it uses motion controls too, so I've seen someone using those to show the latency, and it looked spot spot on to me. And I heard people saying it worked really well. It was just that day one, people were having trouble. Plus, if you're playing it stateside, it's going to be a struggle.
Or the first couple days, maybe people just didn't like it, so they stopped playing it already. So there's less people playing it.
Well, there's a free demo, so I imagine a lot of people were playing that and were like, this doesn't work, I'm not getting the game. Yeah. And that's that. But
or they spent the whole monies. And they're like, 180 days sounds more like 179 of not playing it.
Well, that's still 180 days.
Yeah, but they just stopped playing it after that day one.
Well, maybe like day 28, they'll be like, yeah, I should go back and try
so
this.
Enough people go in on day 28 and, oh, look at that, we have problems again.
Everybody picks day 28. Einar 1025 says, everything Capcom has put on the Switch has sold well, and this is what they bring to Switch. Who's making the decision to do this? Bring the RE Origins collection, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, and Dead Rising. I would happily buy those now.
But
I'm of two. Yeah, go ahead.
I read some of these comments, and people are like, Nintendo worked with Capcom to get the specs up so they could carry this game. Maybe they're using Capcom as like a test because it is a popular game and it did really well on other systems, right? Like people liked this game. It was
and it sold well. It hasn't sold like crazy amounts, but it sold well. Yeah.
And maybe that they wanted to use this as a guinea pig or something.
I understand what people are saying because Nintendo approached Capcom before the Switch came out and they were like, what do you think of it? And Capcom was like, we want bigger specs here and there. And Nintendo was kind of like, okay, we can do that stuff. And they gave them some of the stuff they asked for. So people take that as Nintendo saying, okay, we've scratched your back, now scratch ours. And instead of Capcom being, all right, here's Resident Evil 7, they're like, here's Resident Evil 7 for the cloud. So could Resident Evil 7 run on Switch? I'm sure it could. I'm sure it could happen. I'm sure they could make things work. But they would have to dedicate time and money to make that happen, like Bethesda did with Doom and are doing with Wolfenstein, which comes out next month.
That doesn't sound like Capcom.
I know those games overall in the grand scheme of things aren't the most demanding of hardware, but still, it takes a lot of work to get those games to run on the Switch, and those teams have done amazing jobs with that. So I don't doubt a team could bring Resident Evil 7 to the Switch.
They did a great job bringing Resident Evil 4 to the Wii when people were like, I can't handle the Wii can't handle that. Right?
Who said that?
Oh, you did.
What?
I don't remember that.
Why would the Wii, a more powerful system, not be able to handle Resident Evil 4 from the GameCube, a less powerful system?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought that was on like the PS2 or 3. What was it on? PS2?
It was on GameCube.
For some reason, I
PS2.
remember it being a big deal when it came to the Wii.
Well, it was because Capcom was doing stuff. That's why it was a big deal. That's how it goes with every Nintendo system. It's like, is Capcom going to do stuff? Oh, they're doing stuff. Just like with Switch. Now they're finally doing stuff. So
yeah. Just let me know when they do the Disney Afternoon Extravaganza, whatever that's called.
Mark D. Payne, I think Rabid Cranky. I don't know how I feel about him. I want to see him meet real Cranky. That's what I want. But I don't know what goes on in that DLC.
Thank you for answering Mark D. Payne's question immediately.
Yes. Well, it wasn't immediately, but yes.
Okay. Well, thanks for getting it out of the way.
Hey, Mom Brain. You hear that? Nice of you to come back.
I'm so hungry. I've been out working all day and
in the coal mine?
No, in the yard.
All right, we got NPD. This is the Don't Look Nikki Hill. April 2018 NPD. Let's do it, people.
Let's NP do it.
The top 20, but I only need the top 10 from you guys.
Okay, Minecraft.
No.
Call of Duty, brah.
You said you already saw it.
Yeah, but I'm in.
Call of Duty is in it, yes.
GTA 5.
Yes.
NBA
Fallout.
2K.
Yes, not the Fallout.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't remember them all.
No, that NFL Madden. God, now you got me saying it. Madden comes out in August. That's when the Madden games come out.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sports Fanatic.
Ba-da-bam, ba-da-ba. Did you? Oh, I'll talk about that in a second.
How about well, fork knife doesn't count, right?
No, because everybody's playing Battle Royale and that's free.
Right.
Well, it goes Recon.
No,
I keep forgetting. Is Overwatch free to play?
no,
Okay.
Rainbow Effect.
Is there some kind of Tom Clancy game?
not in the top 10.
Oh,
in the
dang.
top
But
20.
it was.
All right, here we go.
I
Number
mean,
one.
One kind of rhymes with NPD. MLB.
But you just told them the answer.
I know.
All right, number one. Deity of fighting.
God of War.
Oh, right.
Yes. Number two.
This guy.
Let's do opposites. Close happy.
Far Cry 5.
There's no opposite of
Yeah, what's
5.
the
I guess
opposite of
negative 5. Then MLB. Okay. It's from Nintendo.
Woohoo.
It's a re-release.
No.
Oh,
Zelda.
No.
the latest.
Mario Kart.
Nintendo
8?
Labo.
Yes, Nintendo Labo. The Variety Kit is number 4.
Right, that was a good
Number
one.
5.
Yeah. The re-release on Nintendo
Another
system.
Nintendo game?
Just came out. Was on the
Mario Kart 8?
Wii U. Oh, quit monkeying around.
Donkey Kong.
Yes, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
What did you
Oh,
say?
yeah, I forgot.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
All right, number 6. You just said it.
Mario
Mario
Kart 8?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Deluxe, even though NPD
Deluxe,
still
right.
marks it as Mario
That's
Kart
crazy.
8. Number 7 is Grand Theft Auto, like you said. Number 8 is Call of Duty. Number 9.
Yeah, you know what? That's funny. Mario Kart 8, and the next one is Grand Theft Auto. Both car related. That's so funny.
Number 9. Lighten your load.
Wrong one.
Diarrhea. Luigi.
What?
Luigi.
Is this still opposites?
Lighten your load.
Lighten your load, Luigi.
So what game has Luigi?
What? Luigi's Mansion?
Oh, come on. Jesus, really? It's not specifically focused on Luigi. It's
Smash?
No, it's Smash Brothers. It's on the top 10 NPD. It's from Nintendo, obviously. It has something to do with
Odyssey?
Luigi. Yes, Odyssey.
That's why I put my
I would
hand
not
on his
have-
head. Get it?
Oh, I didn't get it. And number 10 is NBA 2K18. All right, the 11 through 20 are Player Unknown's Battlegrounds, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, Breath of the Wild, Monster Hunter World, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, A Way Out, Yakuza 6, or I guess I should say Yakuza 6, Sea of Thieves, Kirby's Star Allies, and FIFA 18. There is your top 20 for the month. If you'd like to read stuff about the top 10 for each platform, you can do that. Also worth pointing out, once again, while Switch was not the number 1 hardware, it was number 2, the Switch Red and Blue Joy-Con unit was the top-selling individual SKU of the month, beating out every other SKU of every other platform.
So everybody's
all-
buying PlayStation 4s and then buying Switch controllers. To
No,
play.
the bundle, the Switch bundle. Like the Switch with the red and blue Joy-Cons all together is the best-selling hardware SKU. The best-selling platform in general is PS4. So PS4 across all versions of it sold more than Switch all versions. But individual SKUs, Switch red and blue Joy-Con sold the most.
I can't take this.
I talked to the guy, I talked to Matt Piscatella of the NPD on Twitter to clarify what they meant because they didn't used to talk like that. And he said, yeah, let me clear it up. So that's how it works. They do individual SKUs and overall hardware. Yes.
You talked to NPD?
I talked
To
to
Mr.
an NPD analyst,
He emails
yes.
with them or Google
Matt
Chat.
Is he a
Piscatella.
super analyst or just an
We
analyst?
don't talk about that man anymore
What happened?
because he was banned from the show years ago
From
when he
this
said
show?
those. Yes. And a site. I haven't reported on the Super Analyst in a million years.
What did he
What did he
say?
say?
When he made those comments about Iwata, the late and not so great. Shortly after the man died, said late and not so great. I said, listen, he's an analyst. He never has any like news. He just analyzes and predicts things. If he has anything that is news related, new info, I will post it from him. Otherwise, I'm refraining from posting about it. He apologized. I posted his apology, and I said I want everybody to know he apologized.
But you're not apologizing.
But I don't want any part of it.
Too little, too late.
It was so short after the man died, and he's like, "Oh, I misspoke."
Right.
Misspoke.
No, you didn't.
You mean you mistyped?
You got called out. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Speak like that. And you're like,
So good riddance to that
Yeah.
loathsome prick.
I just saw an article with him the other day, but yeah, to tell you the truth, I don't see too much from him anymore. It's all Matt Piscatella nowadays, but he is an NPD analyst, so he actually works for
he's
NPD,
got real
and he'll
facts.
give you the breakdown of the numbers. Drew, who's in the chat, I believe, says,
What's up, Drew?
without digital sales included, this list is very incomplete. Yes, that is very true. I do not understand why we don't get more details on digital sales from NPD, because so much of the game sales nowadays are digital. So we're only getting a snapshot of what's going on in the retail space when it comes to software. Hardware is certainly worthy of knowing, but here's the thing. NPD doesn't give numbers for that. They just tell you which one came first, second, and third. So yeah, they gotta update stuff. I believe they are, but I believe they're working to get their digital stuff going, but we're not at that point yet. Hey, Mom Brain.
What?
More must-have 3DS games are going to
Hello
join
Kitty?
the Nintendo Selects line on June 29th in Europe.
June
And this
29th.
includes 2 more. What about it?
The day before my birthday.
That includes 2 more new 2DS XL bundles. So we have the, let's see, I'll give you the official names.
The Hello Kitty friendship is magical.
So the new games that are going to be part of the Nintendo Selects lineup are...
Just beef.
Not for real. Animal Crossing New Leaf, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, and Super Mario Maker. Those 3 3DS titles are now Nintendo Select, so that means they're cheaper. We also have these 2 new versions of the, what did I say? New 2DS XL. There is the new 2DS XL Black and Lime Green bundle that includes Mario Kart 7. And there's also the new 2DS XL White and Lavender bundle that includes Tomodachi Life. So if for some reason or some way you haven't gotten a version of the 3DS by now, you now will have 2 more options in Europe as of June 29th.
And if you want a brand new Nintendo DS, you have 2 more versions of the DS coming out, which they call the 2DS XL.
You still mad about that?
Yep.
It's absurd. It's absurd.
WesFX says 3D is dead. Long live 3D. 3D is kind of dead, isn't it?
Long live 4K VR, whatever.
Whatever that.
I don't even know what it's called. I'm sorry.
Marvelous has announced that they have more titles in the works for the Switch, but they didn't say what. So Marvelous is bringing out soon Little Dragon's Cafe on the Switch, which is like the first one of that type of game that I've actually been interested in.
Wait, is it like a Cooking Mama type game with dragons?
It's like a simulation RPG mixed with some Cooking Mama elements. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a cafe where where people and dragons come to like hang out, but you go out like in the world and get.
When I was a kid, I would have loved to hang out with dragons.
You get like ingredients
Absolutely.
to make stuff back at the restaurant or the cafe, and that'll get you new visitors and get you access to new things. And then like you grow the dragon that's your pet, and they'll get new abilities to take you to new places to explore new areas. It looks honestly, it looks really cool. I've been surprised. And then on top of that, they're bringing Peach Beach Senran Kagura, which is, I want to say, a pinball game that's Senran Kagura related, I think.
So, yeah,
Boobies!
You know what you're getting.
Yeah. So they're doing that, but what else? Well, Marvelous has said that they have more games in the work for Switch, but they didn't share any details. They did say they're hoping fans look forward to those reveals in the future. I think that means that we're going to get a reveal at E3. It wouldn't be surprising, obviously, but
Do you just call it E3?
E3. Best Buy.
E3.
Best Buy at E3. So yeah, we'll see what they're doing. I honestly don't know. Tulin Poika says Rune Factory 5, please. That could be true. There could be a new.
You honestly don't know, or do you journalistically?
I honestly do not know. I swear I don't know.
Okay.
What if you were told that you had to swear you didn't?
Oh, you know what? See, you shouldn't have said that. I don't know. This is about another company completely. I can't say. I'll tell you guys after the podcast.
Oh.
But
No, don't. That's not fair.
We'll tell
all right,
you.
I won't tell you. I'll tell them.
Oh,
A company has gotten in touch with me to ask for a meeting at E3.
Is it eWin?
It is not eWin. It's a game-making company. And they have something coming to the Switch.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what it is,
You're not going to.
but it's Nintendo is going to go do a meet and greet with them.
Better represent you well.
He will. He's wearing. He just bought 2 wrestling shirts. He's going to be fine. So this company, is not Nintendo. I got to put that out there right away. But this company makes a very specific
Be careful.
game.
Okay.
That's vague enough.
Is it a Sudoku game?
What? No. And I'm very excited. Something that means a lot to me, but I can't tell you because I don't know what it is. I know the company, but I don't know what. No, it's not retro. It's not related to first-party Nintendo or second-party Nintendo. It's not Nintendo. It's a third party that does their own thing for a whole bunch of other platforms. No, it's not Honey Pop. Oh, I
That's
wish.
a really good guess.
I
though.
wish that would be an exclusive. I will openly tell you right now. I've been talking to Tyrone Rodriguez at Nicholas, and I'm telling him do everything he can to get Honey Pop on the Switch. Is he going to do it? I don't know. I talked to him years ago about getting what's that called? Tiny Barbarian on the Wii U, and he's like, Wii U's kind of dying. I was like, yeah, but you should still look into that game. And it came to the Switch. So I'm not. I talk to him all the time, and I do suggest games for him to pick up, and sometimes it happens. So I've told him to go for Honey Pop. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but that cat game, whatever it's called, Nekopara.
Oh yeah.
That's just as lewd as, if not more so, than Honey Pop. So, and that's coming to the Switch.
Does it show that? Where's
Yeah.
it up?
She had to take it down because Dorothy's kids came over.
Oh.
It's right here.
It shows that?
Oh, yeah.
And it's on the Switch?
It's coming to the Switch, yeah. And here's the best part.
Wait, wasn't that picture
Hey.
reversible?
It was, yeah. There's the reverse.
It just needed to move really quickly.
Okay.
It was announced for Switch, and I was like, wow. I'm really surprised that that's coming to the Switch, but I'm happy when it comes to like. Digital storefront lets anything happen, really. Then, no, it's not WWE related. They announced it for Japan, and I was like, yeah, but at least people can still go on the Japanese eShop from anywhere and get the game if they want. But here's the craziest part. It was announced for localization. It's getting a localized release here, which will lead to many releases for its players.
Maybe they think that's the new way of talking about the birds and the bees.
Hey, I got nothing wrong with any of those types of games. Like,
Oh, we know.
trust me. Yeah, I mean, like, I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm not going to be like there shouldn't be those type of games. I know there's been a whole bunch of talk about them lately because Steam said they're going to move those games away from their platform, and then Steam was like, no, we're not going to do that. And
Jake,
Good Old Games was like, don't worry, we'll take that kind
At
of
least
stuff.
with the Switch, you have the capability of connecting it to your app on your phone and monitor what your kids get into.
Yes. I mean, artwork doesn't make it look like it's a bad game. It just looks like it's a game about girls that have cat ears. But then there's other screens that.
That's all they have.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I'm always on the lookout for it. See, it's not when it comes to Honey Pop, which I've talked about a million times. We played it as the group together because it has the match 3 aspect, which makes it fun to play as the group, and then the content of the game is just so over the top. It's funny. But like Neko Para, I believe, from what I know, is just a visual novel with choices that you make that leads to sex with cat girls. So I don't think that like playing a visual novel as a group isn't going to be as fun. Maybe it would be, but I don't know.
I mean, I guess it depends on who you're with.
Yeah, it's true. Which of our friends really like
do we know any cat girls?
Do we know any cat girls?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We gotta change that. All right, North America.
Gotta get on Craigslist.
Wait, somebody told me
looking
Craigslist
for
is
lewd cat girls.
Looking for
Is
my hentai girl.
Craigslist completely gone?
What? What'd you say?
Somebody told me that Craigslist is like
Oh, really?
completely closed down.
Well, go. I mean, you got a
guess
phone.
I
Look,
could check
Yeah,
it
you're
myself.
on your phone already.
you already have 80 windows open, like you
Right.
said. So make 81 for Craigslist.
Craigslist.gov? What was it?
Yep, that's it. North America this week's downloads. This is Switch. We have Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection that comes out May 29th, so in a couple days. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, which I cannot wait to talk to you about. Ikaruga comes out on May 29th as well.
Still here.
Sushi Striker.
Sushi.
Shusha. Sushi
That's the hardest
Striker
word in the world.
is available on 3DS there's a demo. There's a demo available.
Striker, I hardly know her.
Wow.
That's coming to 3DS and Switch.
Actually really
Wii U.
appropriate. That's
3DS got Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. Yes, it is the sequel to Dylan's Rolling Western.
Yeah.
And there's a free demo available. I want to say it's at retail. I'm probably wrong. New DLC is available for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as the version 1.4.1 update came out. Chris, I love the way that you wrote that. Ikaruga! Yes, Ikaruga does have Tate mode as
Taint mode.
not taint mode, Tate mode,
Oh.
which means vertically played mode. So if you're playing portably on your Switch, you can turn the Switch sideways and play it like it's a real arcade shooter. Maybe you could even turn your TV. I don't know. Also new this week is 6180 The Moon. Top Players Golf. Arcade Archives Icky. Atomine or Atomine. I don't know how you say it. I also don't know how you say this. Baobab's Mausoleum, Episode 1. Avnifagos don't eat flamingos. Yep. There's the Dead Fun Pack, Penguins and Aliens Strike Again on Switch. Die for Valhalla comes out the 29th. Discovery is out. Dungeon Rushers is out. Escape Game, Aloha. Fallen Legion, Rise to Glory comes out on the 29th. Harvest Moon, Light of Hope Special Edition is on the 29th. Jumping Joe and Friends is now available. Jurassic Pinball is available. Knights of Pen and Paper +1 Deluxier Edition.
That sounds like a fun one.
It's available on May 29th. Legend of K Anniversary is on May 29th. Mecha Storm is now available. N++ is now available. Thank you very much to everybody who watched me play N++, and a special thank you to the gang over at Reddit for supporting that video. I greatly appreciate it. Someone made a thread on Reddit about N++ coming to the Switch because they felt people should know it's coming out and then it's worth your time. And I jumped in that thread and I said, hey, that game is worth your time. I really like it. And I happened to have an early copy at the time. And I said, oh, look, I did footage. You guys can check it out to see how the Switch version looks and runs. And they supported that. So thank you.
How does it look and run? I feel like it would look really fine because it's a very simple game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on with physics in the game, which can bog things down. But from what I played, it's fine. But I didn't play 4-player.
We played it on like the 3DS. So
well, N++ was not on the 3DS. It was N+. It's N++, which we played on the PS4 and had a lot of fun. But I'll talk more about that later. Pixel Junk Monsters 2, a full game and a demo, are now available. Punch Club is on the Switch. Yoku's Island Express, that's the adventure pinball game, which looks fantastic. It's out May 29th. Zenbound 2, which looks really interesting to me. It's a puzzle game, and I think it's about untangling twine from carved wooden statues. It's like a puzzle game about figuring out how to untie knots. I think that's what it is.
That's like a mom game. It's like, Mom!
My mom would play that game.
Tangled.
And also, Cycle of Eternity, Space Anomaly is on the Wii U. So another big week, and there's plenty of great games in there. Let's see if you guys agree. I'm going to guess no. And I'm also going to guess first comments from SD Sick Hero, but let's see. Oh, Steel Diver. I should have guessed that. Steel Diver says, Dead Fun Pack, Penguins, and Aliens Strike Again. Look, you can do what you want to Aliens, but leave the gosh darn Penguins out of this. Speaking of Penguins, I would love a port of Snowpack Park now that WiiWare is dead. Waddle on.
So,
as long as it's not digital.
Question.
Because he doesn't believe in it.
He was tweeting me that on Twitter.
Question.
Answer, hopefully.
Bloodstained.
Thanks, Aloe Wolf.
That's the Castlevania game, right?
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is the
promotional game.
The promotional game for Bloodstained's Ritual of the Night.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
But for those who backed Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, you get the promotional game included with your backing value. So you don't have to pay to get it. But the game is available for everybody else that didn't back the game. You just have to buy it. You have to pay. So
how much?
I don't know what it is, to tell you the truth. Look it up.
I'm not going to look it up. You look it up. Come on, you're in the captain's chair.
Would you look it up, please? I'm curious.
Commander.
This week's downloads in Europe. The Mega Man Legacy Collection and the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 is now available on Switch. Sushi Striker has its demo. Runner 3 is available, which is sponsoring this podcast. Professional Construction. The Simulation. My brain, immerse yourself in the sprawling
$9.99
and fascinating world of road construction. Experience life on the construction site like the pros and use heavy equipment and massive machinery. Enter an open world scenario to complete a large variety of assignments. There's no way you can get bored repairing roads and doing so much more.
Well, I think around here in New Jersey, people got bored repairing roads.
Yeah, right.
I've seen, you drive past them and there's so many people just sitting there next to the road workers.
They IRC chat, the YouTube chat doesn't talk crap about you. No, they love you over there.
It's $9.99.
Thank you. Disco Dodge.
It's less than $10.
Disco Dodgeball Remix is available. Baobab's Mausoleum Episode 1. Top Players Golf. Arcade Archives Icky. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. Calculation Castle. Greco's Ghostly Challenge Edition. Division. Multiplication and Subtraction are all available. Dead Fun Pack, Penguins and Alien Strike Again. Escape Game Aloha, N++, Punch Club, Zenbound 2, Atomine, Dungeon Rushers, Enigmatis 2, The Mists of Ravenwood.
That sounds like something I would like.
A year has passed since the events of Maple Creek, but for the past few months, our detective has been hot on the trail of the demonic preacher she fought 1 year ago. Who is the mysterious prisoner she meets on the forest path? Someone stalking her every move, or a possible ally? Is she merely a puppet being used in the forces from the outside world? Or will she finally resolve the evil events that began 1 year before? Find out in Enigmatis 2, The Mists of Ravenwood. There you go. I don't know if that game's any good, but I gave it my best.
You sold me.
I'm in. Jurassic Pinball is available. Mecha Storm is available. One More Dungeon has a demo. Happy Birthdays has a demo. Mario Tennis Aces has the pre-launch online tournament that is now available, but you can't play it yet.
Oh.
You can play it on June 1st, but you can get ready now. Langwood says, I hope they record that and use it for an ad.
How do you get ready to play something that's not out yet?
What do you mean? You look at the controls menu and you're like, oh, I got to learn these.
How do you learn the controls without actually playing it?
You can learn lots of things without actually doing them.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go in for a serious operation. And I'm going to be like, so how many operations have you done, doctor? Oh, no, I've been reading extensively.
Well, they just...
Oh, okay. Cut me open, doc.
I've been looking at pictures of you for darn near a week.
I got this figured out. DLC for Gun Gal 2. It's the... Oh, boy. Gun Gal 2 got the Fighting Spirit Academy uniform set. Also got the Venus Soccer uniform set. And the Tiger Striped Oni Bikini set. As I said, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 got a whole bunch of DLC. You can pre-order Lego The Incredibles, Alchemaic Jousts, Shape of the World, and Legendary 11. There's your special offers. 3DS got Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. And Wii U has special offers, Mom Brain. I am terribly sorry, but there are 0 themes this week.
That is a shame.
Not a 1. So hopefully last week's... Come on now. Hopefully last week's batch will hold you over. You don't even know where your 3DS is. Huh?
I was going to say, does Mom Brain actually purchase those themes?
No.
Shillelagh says Capcom should do a special offer on Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2. If you buy one of them, you should get a discount on the other pack, similar to what Nintendo does with Bayonetta on the eShop. Runner 3 is very pricey at 28 euros. The previous game on Wii U was and is 12 euros. That's a 133% increase in price. Well, maybe it's worth it. I can't tell you that. You have to decide for yourself. No reviews will be able to tell you if it's worth the price. They may say that in the text, but you may still disagree. Would you like to see Overwatch on the Switch? Well, here's Blizzard's answer. Or I guess I should say here's Blizzard's non-answer. This is Blizzard senior game producer Matthew Hawley. He was asked, hey, you going to do Overwatch on a Switch? And he says, I think it's one of those things that we constantly evaluate. Where technology is going, where the industry is going. There are challenges in running on the platforms that we're not already on. Otherwise, we would probably already be on some of those. We'll see where things go. Certainly, there's a huge number of people out there who have a Switch and mobile phones, but right now, the core development team is focused on supporting the live game. So, back to square one. We got no answer. I don't know. They didn't say yes. They didn't say no. They just said, like, we know people want that.
See you later.
I think it would be better if he just is like, you know, funny thing about that. This morning, I went downstairs and I made myself some eggs. And I had eggs for breakfast. Just like something.
And then I had a piece of toast.
It gave us the same amount of information.
Yeah.
So. Clark 2K says, I was hoping for some info about Switch's Overwatch on E3. Oh, my. Well, maybe Blizzard's playing coy and at E3 they'll announce it. I don't know, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Monolith Soft developers have been talking about games that they want to do. Now, these games aren't officially confirmed to be in development or may never see release, but these are what two of the dev members want to do. These guys obviously worked on Xenoblade Chronicles 1, Xenoblade Chronicles X, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So here's what they want to do. Mr. Cow?
Yeah.
Let's say Cow. Mr. Cow Kojima of Monolith Soft says he wants to do Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but also Xenoblade Chronicles X2. So he wants to do a sequel to the one that just came out on Switch, as well as a sequel to the spin-off one that came out on the Wii U. And if you played the Wii U version, or you played a Wii U game, you know that it ended with kind of some weirdness. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to spoil things. And fans of that game want to know what the hell's going on. So hopefully, Mr. Kojima gets to make some answers for that with a sequel to that game.
Did you say it ended in a cliffhanger?
It's a cliffhanger, yeah. In some sorts, yeah. There's things that are definitely resolved, but there's other stuff going on that that aren't explained that are very intriguing. Let's say that. He also says he wants to make a completely new game /IP. Now, we know that Monolith Soft is working on something brand new right now, not tied to Xenoblade in any way, and I believe it's even going to be a bit of a different twist on genres that they usually do. So I don't know what it is, but it is new. But there's what Mr. Kojima wants to do. Now, we also have comment from Tetsuya Takahashi, who has another idea, and his idea, he thinks, is going to be a little more difficult to get greenlit because he says he wants to work on something that he's inspired by American cable drama, So he's talking about stuff on like HBO, like Game of Thrones or Westworld or
what else is on HBO?
I don't know, Barry.
Last week
there's
tonight.
Barry.
But he's not really talking about that
American
because he
Gods.
says he wants to
That's
make
Stars,
something.
right?
He wants to make a game that is, quote, violent and erotic and heavy. But he follows it up by saying he doesn't think it's ever going to get greenlit. He doesn't think like Nintendo would be like, yeah, go ahead. But Mr. Kojima was talking to him and he's like, you know what? I think that's possible. I think they'd let you do it. I think you should try and do it. And he's like, well, okay, maybe I will. So he's going to try and get a violent and erotic and heavy game made for something, but that has to go through Nintendo.
Like USA's Silk Stockings.
I would like to make a game adaptation of Silk Stockings.
A show nobody remembers.
Somebody took a picture on Reddit and they said, this was my childhood. And it was, so they've been doing it for years and they still do it now. Every night before Monday Night Raw goes live, they do a live feed of the arena and they swing the camera by the crowd and the crowd going nuts. And the announcers talk about, you know, so-and-so's coming out to fight, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they show the crowd. But he had one from the early 90s and there was a guy in the crowd with a sign that said Silk Stockings on it. I don't remember if I ever watched that show.
Oh, can I?
I know I wasn't supposed to.
Speaking of science, can I just tell this story real quick?
Yes.
So apparently, baseball fans. You guys, baseball fans? No?
Big baseball fans.
So
my brothers.
A player from San Francisco, Hunter Pence.
I feel like I know that name.
Years ago, he was playing. They came to play the Mets, and they
The
were.
nine Mets.
So right now, there's this thing that Hunter Pence signs. So people hold up signs that say like Hunter Pence, and then they have like mundane things or like ridiculous things. And turns out I know the two people who started that. While like at one of these games, they came for like, you know, they always play 3 games in each city or whatever. So they came to New York and they were playing the Mets, and these kids went to the games with a bunch of these signs. And one of them says like Hunter Pence puts ketchup on his hot dog or eats his pizza with a fork. One of my favorite ones was Hunter Pence thinks Game of Thrones is just okay. So they were holding the whole game, just holding these signs up over their head, just shaking their head.
To be behind them.
No, they were standing like in the back by the concessions or whatever, at least in the photo. So MLB, there was a shot of them on TV or something. MLB took a screen grab, tweeted it, and some kid walked by them at one point and was like, "You guys know you're trending on Twitter right now, right?" They're like, "What? No way!" And they became like somewhat internet famous, not Bad Bobby famous.
Not yet.
But
Well, I mean,
it was
They just
pretty
need to
cool.
go on
And
Dr.
they
Phil.
became- they created something.
See, Omar is a long time, or I guess Omar is an old person, I should say, like us, because he just asked which show was HBK on and named Pacific Blue. And I think that was the show he guest starred
was
on.
that the show about
White Cups.
yeah, like police officers who rode on bicycles?
Yeah.
Like,
Wasn't AC
by the
Slater in
shore?
there?
Yes.
yeah,
Yes,
that's
he
right,
was.
Mario Lopez.
Man,
I feel
USA
like I
used to be
recall
a
somebody
weird
being way
channel.
into that show.
I guess that got USA to where they are now. Like they were trying original shows back then when a lot of cable networks weren't. So cable networks were just like dumps
Silk
for
Stockings, there was like a real hot
reruns.
blonde in maybe.
I mean, I think that was the point of the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't they like have like an after dark segment where they would just show like
they did.
yeah, like
Yes.
softcore porn basically?
Followed by Cartoon Express.
Yeah.
In the morning. The USA Cartoon Express.
Porn at night and cartoons in the morning. That's a great
That's a
way
good
to
way to
live.
live.
That's all you need.
Steel Diver has the name of Monolith Soft's new game. It's called Violent Boobs Reloaded.
Yeah.
King Mario 128 says, I would really want to see Nintendo's version of erotic violence. Well, they're involved with Bayonetta now, so
Erotic heavy violence.
I think that's erotic cakes. I think you're getting it. All right, I'm just going to mention this to let you read it on your own. I'm not going to do it on the podcast. We have Mario Tennis Aces data mine information from the demo, and it reveals a list of playable characters, bosses, and more. So if you would like to hear that stuff, you can do, or if you'd like to find out that stuff, you can read it on your own time. Like I said, I don't want to do it on the podcast because I don't want to ruin it for you. because that would be considered spoiler, and I know a lot of people get mad about that. So, let me get this straight here. Okay. So, I'm sure some people here at the table have found in their emails privacy policy updates from a whole bunch of companies.
About that. There's a lot to read
because of the changes in Europe. So everybody's sending out this stuff. And Sega has taken this opportunity to make a bit of a meme, as they usually do. And Sega's memes are always on point.
Like fellow kids memes or like actual good
No,
ones?
good ones. And hidden in this one meme is a tease for something Sonic related.
I'm
So,
sorry, I don't want to embarrass you in front of everyone, but it's pronounced
meme. I'm sorry. So they have a picture of Sonic looking at a notification on a device, and we see that the notification is a privacy policy update, and Sonic is upset by it. That's the joke. Funny joke. But if you actually read what it says on the screen, it says we've updated our privacy policy as part of our ongoing efforts to prepare for our new game announcement, as well as the release of Sonic Mania Adventures Part 3 this month. So first things first, Sonic Mania Adventures Part 3 is Sonic Mania Adventures is the cartoon series. Part 3 is coming out this month. There, you know that. But they say prepare for our new game announcement. Obviously, this is Sonic related. Now, this could be the Sonic Racing title that's in development that we don't know exactly what it is, but we saw the teaser trailer for, or it could be something else altogether. But they are preparing a new announcement that's related to Sonic. And with E3 right around the corner, you would imagine that's where it's going to get revealed. So something Sonic is going on. Winter says, maybe worth pointing out, the racing game hasn't been fully announced yet before people start expecting Adventure 3 or whatever. And it's funny because someone in the chat right now is saying Adventure 3. And Tommy must be talking about USA because Tommy says, what's a Chrisley?
Oh.
So he says, please explain Chrisley. I'm horrified by him and his family. What is a Chrisley?
I can't explain him either.
I saw somebody make a Smash Brothers image saying Chrisley's going to drop. Oh, I don't know what a Chrisley is, but all I know is his daughter has a permanent milk bubble. That's all I can tell you.
Milk bubble?
Yeah,
Like
she's
in
got a
her
permanent
throat.
milk bubble in her
Oh,
throat
throat.
all the time. Daddy, I need more money, Daddy. Oh, it's terrible. It drives me nuts.
He's like, then Chrisley's probably like, sorry, I ain't got no money, huh?
That's that. I mean, that was perfect.
Oh, sorry.
That was
No,
a good Chrisley.
me and you together.
I
That was
feel
the
like
scene from
I
Chrisley.
feel like it could have been better.
Chrisley?
Well,
Dad, I lost the money. I'm not going to give you money, sweetheart, because I know Dad.
Does he have a list?
Yes.
yes.
Have you? Hello. Have you not seen
Yes.
Chrisley? It comes on after
Hello.
Raw like all the time.
Well, I'm not up after Raw,
Frozen bed.
but
Oh, that's true.
I didn't really picture him having a
I feel like it's on like 8 hours a day,
Okay.
followed by
The Cromarties.
the Cromarties.
Have you watched it?
No, but I've seen in a commercial that one of his kids asks who Mr. Cromartie's favorite wrestler is, and he says your mother, and then the mom and the dad laugh about it because it's sexual.
Yeah.
But the children don't know.
Uh,
I don't think they know.
their one son would
My son.
had like a Ben 10 toy and would like come around and beat us all up and then be like, now I'm gonna go invisible, and then we'd be like, oh no, where'd he go? I walked into the kitchen once and he was actively
You serious, Corey?
beating up my friend, and I walked in to like check on the cameras, and my friend was like, get the hell out of here, what are you doing? And the kid came over and like grabbed me and spun me and threw me across the kitchen.
oh my God.
That
Lang-
watch was for real.
Lanquin says Chrisley's mom is just Chrisley in makeup. That's
Really?
very true. The mom and him look almost exactly
Oh my God,
alike.
that
It's
would
very
explain
scary.
so much.
Our last top
Have you never
story.
seen them together?
I only see like a couple minutes of the show, like on movie night when. Cause all right, let me explain.
Then
Before
turned it off
movie
'cause it
night,
makes us so mad.
SmackDown's on, so I'm watching SmackDown. Then we switch to movie night. When movie night's over, USA is still on,
Right.
and Chrisley's on right after that. So I usually
So
see
if
a
you
couple
don't
minutes.
switch the channel fast enough, you might see it.
I do see Chrisley. Yes, I see a few minutes of it. Our final top story is about Mega Man 11, and according to a PlayStation Singapore listing, this is on the PlayStation Network, seems the game might be coming out October 3rd, 2018. We know it's coming out this year, so potentially releases on October 3rd. And they also have a blurb about the game, which I'll read you, because it gives us new information. Mega Man is back! The newest entry in this iconic series blends classic, challenging 2D platforming action with a fresh look. The stunning new visual style refreshes the series' iconic colorfulness, combining hand-drawn environments with detailed 3D characters. To save the day, the Blue Bomber must battle Robot Masters and take their powerful weapons for himself, which now changes the hero's appearance with new levels of detail. The innovative new Double Gear system lets you boost Mega Man's speed and power for a new twist on the satisfying gameplay the series is known for. A variety of difficulty modes makes this the perfect opportunity to experience Mega Man for the first time. So there's something new. The Double Gear system, which lets you boost Mega Man's speed and power. So maybe you can have a Mega Man that's stronger but slower, or a Mega Man that shoots faster and is faster but is weaker. I don't know. But there's a new system in there.
Boosting his speed and power doesn't mean boosting one and then diminishing the other.
Well, if you could boost his speed and power all the time, then why wouldn't you just do both? There has to be some sort of drawback. You can't just have everything great.
Maybe you get a little boost on each, and then your enemies are tougher.
Well, then why boost?
What?
Then why boost? That's nullifying the boost.
No, because if you don't boost,
then they're
you're
even
never
harder.
going to beat them. They're going to be even harder.
So you're saying they get harder no matter what, but you can boost yourself
Maybe
to make them
some of the
easier.
levels, they get harder than others, right? Doesn't it make sense sometimes to play different levels so that you get a different ability to fight a different bad guy?
Some are harder than others.
Whatever.
No, it makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. That's the only information that we got, so I can't tell you any more than that. But
the word is
PlayStation
totally
Singapore jumped the whatever you call it.
Shark.
Shark. No, that's not what you call it. Jumped the gate.
The gum.
The gun. Hey everybody.
NPD. NPD.
Mom Brain, what'd you play?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay, thanks, Mom Brain. Kirby, what have you been playing?
Well, this week I've been playing Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap.
Ooh, it's a
Do you
good
play
one.
it- Do you
Yeah.
play a vintage look, vintage music, new look, new music, or vintage look, new music?
Yes.
Yes.
So here, there's a
Or
bit
have
of,
you switched the look back and forth so much that it freezes in the middle?
You could do that, yeah.
You could do that.
You can. If you keep hitting, no, you can.
Oh,
He's
really?
telling the truth. If you keep hitting the button, you can make the retro barrier bounce and then eventually stop.
Okay.
So you can have 3/4 of the screen retro and 1/4 new. That's the truth. He's telling the
All
truth.
right, I believe it. So what was it? Yeah. Anyway,
It's a trap.
so last week when I was here, ranting about how much I hated playing Jotun.
Yes.
After the show ended, I went I had my Switch here, and I went on the eShop, and I was looking at games that were on sale.
I'm sorry,
and-
wait, did you beat Jotun last week?
No.
Okay.
I was looking at games that were on sale, and I saw that Wonder Boy was on sale for half, 50% off. And I got so mad, and here's why. I know last week I said that I paid $15 for Jotun. That wasn't exactly true. The fact was I had about $9 and change. $9 credits in the eShop, and I used that towards Jotun. And when I saw that Wonder Boy was on sale, I was so pissed because because I could have bought that game for literally 30 cents. A game that I knew that I would actually enjoy playing. So I felt like I wasted my money. But I ended up buying it anyway. It's still a really good deal for a good game.
Yes.
Yes.
you-
Hello.
Yes. Hello. and so yeah, that's what I've been playing this week. I just this morning I beat the zombie dragon. Now I have been turned into the fish man.
Oh.
And anyway, we've mentioned the game on the podcast before. It's a really great
Metroidvania
game.
no, they
I don't think it's Metroidvania.
they did a really good job like updating the game with all the
Metroidvania.
with all the features and unlockables and the fact that you can switch back and forth between the new and old version of the game. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, that team did an amazing job. They put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, a lot of
they obviously really cared about the source material.
yes, and that's very important. Oh yeah, I also did play a little bit of Jotun after the last week's show ended, just to
fuel my rage.
I'm a little bit closer to beating the final boss now. I don't know. I think it's just like a matter of time. I don't know. I find myself caring less and less, and I really didn't care that much.
Well, now that you have a game that you're actually enjoying, yes, I would imagine it's going to be harder to go back to that one. Yeah,
and I wanted to say, Nikki Hill, you brought up a good point last week when I was talking about Jotun, when you mentioned the original Metroid and Kid Icarus, because that's something I didn't even think of when I was playing the game. I guess if that's what the developers were going for, like that kind of experience, I guess I can't really fault them, but I don't know. I'm guessing they just. My theory is they were trying to sell the art style and the animation and all that, just because they wanted to get the game funded, crowdsourced and everything. And I don't think gameplay was their first priority. And I could be wrong, but
well, when the sequel comes out,
I'll tell you, man, this Kirby. He's Randy Savage.
He is Randy.
Well, apparently the developers have another game out that's pretty similar as far as
I'm sure you love it.
I think I'm
done playing.
I'm done with them. Whatever their name is.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
What's it? Super Lotus Studios or something?
Sure, that sounds right.
Some kind of Lotus.
Lotus is definitely in there.
Yeah, but to reiterate, Jotun sucks.
Thank you.
I can't remember the last time I've been so angry at a game.
I want to know the last time you were so angry at a game.
Yeah, I was on. I looked it up on Good Old Games just to see because I was curious what other people's opinions were of it, and the first review that I saw, the headline was as beautiful as it is boring, and that summed it up perfectly for me.
There you go.
It's not a super difficult game. I should have mentioned this last week. It's not super difficult. It's just so tedious. I just can't get over it. Oh my god!
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we should move on.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed Wonder Boy.
Rag, please. He's getting upset.
Nikki Hill, what have you been playing?
The only thing I played was Super Chariot.
Yes.
That game, those levels are just too long. I would love to play a little bit today, but I gotta get home.
They're not too long.
It's 40 minutes for one level.
I think the longest level took us 30 minutes, but we're going for all the hidden stuff.
I think it was 40 minutes.
I was actually going to ask you before the show started when you needed to go home, because I figured you were going to tell us eventually.
I have fun when we're playing.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm just.
Do you not have fun?
I'm just playing FN.
No, I do, but I don't want to just come here to play a game and then leave. I feel bad. Also, those limes are pretty freaking big, huh? I just bought some limes yesterday and they're small.
They're the size of lemons. In fact, they probably are lemons.
That they just
Yeah, I never noticed that. For limes, they are pretty large.
Great job, George.
Well, George knows his
Maybe that's why he can't hold on to them all.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, he didn't know they were going to
He's
be
got
that
room
big.
in his one hand.
I can hold on to a lot of limes, but I'm not used to limes this big. I'm sorry. So that's all you played?
Yes.
Okay.
Rami, what'd you play?
Oh, yes.
Forget to ask him.
So I played Super Chariot with Nikki Hill, obviously, and had a lot of fun.
He's so old-fashioned.
But we've talked about it enough. I don't know what else we could say about it other than that I really love it. So what else did I play? Played more Fortnite, which I've talked about a lot, but I played duos with Lube, and Lube sends his love. He knows he hasn't been able to make it to the podcast in recent weeks, but
He's here.
I'm sorry about that. He is, but his schedule now allows for him to play Fortnite during what he would call Frankenstein hours. So,
oh yeah, how's he doing with Fortnite? I know he had a rough start.
He's doing good. He's doing good. So we were playing duos, which means it's just teams of 2, up to 100 people, teams of 2, and it was just me and him playing, and we didn't win, but we got 4th, we got 3rd, and we got 2nd.
Wow.
And I felt so bad in the 2nd place game because I had killed like 3 people, and it was down to 6 people, including us. And I killed someone who was going for Lube, and I was so happy that I was celebrating it. And I don't mean in-game teabagging. I just mean like in real life, I was freaking out and like, oh my God, I can't believe I did it. And as I was doing that, I got shot in the back of the head. And I was like, oh no. And it ended up being Lube and one other person.
Oh,
and
Lube did it.
And as it happens in Star Wars, Lube did not have the high ground, so he lost. Somebody was raining.
So he cut his legs.
Yeah, they cut his legs off. Somebody was raining grenades down on him. But yeah, we had some good games. I really think we could win one. I think without any doubt we could win one. We just gotta put everything together. So we had a lot of fun. Hello, Super Shano. Thanks for joining us on your break. So I played that. I picked up Detroit last night, but I haven't started it. I am going to start it.
Tell everybody the story now.
Mom Brain made me tell the employee at Walmart that it's so cold in the D because the game's name is Detroit.
I'm sure they picked up.
So he was like, "What do you want?" And he's like, or he said, "What are you getting?" And I said, "Can I get a copy of Detroit, please?" And Mom Brain goes, "Is there anything you want to tell him about Detroit?" So I had to tell him it was so cold in the D, and I don't think he had any reaction.
Then he told us that he didn't think the game was about the state itself.
The state.
Yes.
The state.
The state.
He goes, well, I don't really think the game's about the state itself. And I was like,
good thing he wasn't looking at us when he said that, because I had a physical reaction. Like my face, I was like, it's a nice guy though.
Oh yeah.
So I picked that up. I haven't played it yet. But I'm just thinking if there's anything else.
But there's a bear on my shirt.
I played Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Oh. Okay.
That Indie Creates, man. They are something else.
Inti Creates working with
Igarashi, yes. Igarashi oversaw this project, and Inti Creates did the heavy lifting. And they, I think, made it hard for the actual Bloodstained game, because this game is some top-notch stuff. It is very much...
They're not working with Igarashi on the other game.
I don't know. They might be doing some supplemental stuff.
Are the people that used to make Mega Man.
They've done Mega Man, yes. They have also done their own things, like we've talked about, Azure Striker Gunvolt, and Blaster Master, and Galgun 2. But yeah, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is fantastic. A lot of games aim to look like classic NES games and perhaps feel like classic NES games, but this game really gives me the whole package of what I would have gotten like the overall feeling I would have gotten from an NES game. It really feels like something that could have been on the NES, and I mean that as a positive. And there's things that happen graphically that are happening within the confines of what the NES could do, and it like wows me now. Like they'll have like big enemy sprites, or like
Is there like a slowdown option or something?
If there is, I don't know. I didn't look. The game doesn't suffer any. The game had 1 second of slowdown. I don't know why, but other than that,
I mean, I know that like when people try to recreate NES games, that sometimes.
But it is good. It is better than a good amount of the classic Castlevania games.
Really?
It's really, really good. And they very obviously have 2 games that they were very heavily inspired by. I feel it's Castlevania 3 and Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
They were definitely more so on Castlevania 3. Because in Castlevania 3, you get other characters that you can switch between as you play, and that's what's going on here. But you switch between these characters. You have, there's the guy, the girl, the old guy, and Vampire Man. I think there's 4. I think that's it. But you can switch between them on the fly. And in Castlevania 3, you could switch between 2 of them, but you couldn't switch between 4. And now, like when you're playing, if a character is about to die, you can switch over to another character and they have full health. So you don't lose a life until everybody in your party dies. So like if somebody jumps in a hole, that's a game. You have to restart from the last checkpoint, but it doesn't count as a lost life. It counts as just one of the characters in your party is dead. And when all 4 of them are dead, you lose a life altogether. And each character plays very differently, and each character gives you access to areas that others can't reach. So like the main girl, I forget her name.
Charlotte?
Doesn't matter. Jonathan. She can jump really high and she can slide, so she can fit under blocks that other people can't. There's another guy that's like a vampire guy who can turn into a bat, and he can fly across chasms and holes that other characters can't go to. There's an old man wizard.
Is there a limit to how far he can fly before he turns back into a man?
Yes. You have like in Castlevania, there's like a Castlevania, you get hearts. Here you get potions, and your potion meter has a point value. When that hits 0, you can't fly anymore. There's an old man who's a wizard who casts all different kinds of spells, like an ice spell or a fire spell that surrounds himself with fire, or he has a clone spell that puts out another version of himself in front of him. But he's very slow, and he has the least health of everybody. And his regular basic attack is just like whacking them with his staff. So he's very powerful when it comes to music.
There's your erotic, heavy, and violent game.
And then there's like your Belmont, who has access to. Well, that's not true. The girl has a whip as her main weapon. The guy, whatever his name is, has like a katana, but he also can get a whip sub weapon. But he controls more like a classic Castlevania character. The way he jumps and the way he moves is very classic Castlevania. Whereas the girl can jump a lot higher and is a lot more nimble. But yeah, it's good. The levels are really fun. The levels are big. The game is certainly challenging. The boss designs are really cool. I see lots of boss designs here that I've never seen in games before. Like stuff that you think like, we've been seeing platformers for 35 years. You think pretty much everything would be done, but they got a lot of stuff in here that I've never seen in games before. So,
like what?
There's this one boss who's a big skeleton that's wearing like this big hat.
Oh,
but he lives
wearing a hat.
He lives in this room of it's like Kung Lao's hat.
Oh, okay.
He lives in this room of gold, and his boss fight is just his torso, his head, his whole upper body takes over the whole screen, and you're the little character jumping around. But he fights you in a room of gold, and he like pulls in towers of gold to try and crush you against the wall. God. And you have to whip the gold walls down to create stairs to get up to his head to hit him in the head. But then he like makes it rain gold all over too, and you have to dodge where the gold's falling to not get hurt. It's a really cool fight. It's unlike anything I've ever seen, and there's a lot of bosses like that. There's one that's a double-headed dragon, which has been in a Castlevania game, but the 2 heads
talk to each other.
Each have different types of attacks. but then when you think you killed them, you haven't, and they twist together to make a giant head that combines both their attacks, and then its body turns on its side to show that it has a mouth on each section of its body, and the mouths are like coming up and trying to bite you as you're fighting the heads on it. It's really cool. They do a lot of really cool stuff. And like I said, it is challenging, and you can unlock a new difficulty mode after you beat the game once. And then on top of that, you unlock the characters by beating levels. They join up with you, but you don't have to take them on your team. You can kill them. So you play as the one character in the beginning, and if you kill the other characters when you get to them, your character earns a new ability for everyone that you killed. So you can make it just one life is one life rather than having a party of 4, but you have new abilities. So it's very cool.
But then you have to live with the fact that you killed these other people.
You do have to do that because the bosses are basically like demons that have taken over humans and turned them into something terrible. So when you beat the boss, the human flies out, and that's how you meet them. And sometimes they're like, hey, thanks. Can I work with you? And other times they're like, I do my own thing, but I guess I owe you one. And your guy's like, yeah, I don't really like you, but you got some cool abilities that I could use, so you're coming with me. Stuff like that. Or you can kill them, like I said. So, music's great. It has a great soundtrack. Everything about it, just everything about it. It is
5 levels.
perfect. No, there's not. I read that. There's not.
Well, no, you said there's 4 characters.
Yeah, no, there's a character. There's one character per stage, and then what you think is the end of the map, which I think is the 5th level, reveals, much like Castlevania, a castle that you go through, and that's another 3 stages, 4 stages, something like that. Take you for my first run through took me about 2 hours, like an hour 50. But here's the thing. Each stage has multiple paths to go through. So there's no way you can see everything the first time through, especially if you are killing off characters, because then you won't be able to reach other ways. There's skeletons in every level that are like sitting on the ground, and they point, and they're pointing to the fastest way to get through a level. But there's like other branching paths to go through to get new stuff. Yeah, he's like leaning, and he's got like his arm on his knee, and he's like pointing, and you see his little finger go like wiggle around a little bit. So if you're looking for the quickest way to get through a level, he's showing you that way. But that might mean you need the bat ability to fly over a hole to go to that part. And if you don't have that, you got to go another way around. So there's plenty of reasons to play through again. And I imagine if you beat it on the harder difficulty, which I just unlocked, you will get something else too, because there's something on the menu that says this will unlock when certain conditions have been met. So I'm definitely going back in. It is so good. It is very well made. I think it bodes really well for Bloodstained, the actual Bloodstained game, because I know Igarashi is obviously taking it very seriously, and this is his debut game after leaving Konami, or after he was ousted from Konami. So he's got a lot riding on it. Obviously, there's millions of dollars poured into it too. And he, like I said, oversaw this game, and it's a quality experience without a doubt. Very, very good. And he makes a cameo in the game, but I won't say where. He is in it. I was looking at something, and I was like, wait a minute, is that? Oh, it is. That's really cool. So there's lots of throwbacks to other games and stuff like that, but it is wholly original in its level design, and has some mechanics that are unique to it as well. But really recommend it. Excellent game. So much fun. Lanquin says there's a mode where you start with all of Zangetsu's abilities. So that's the main character with the katana. A mode without Zangetsu, and a boss rush mode too. Well, there you go. How is the music? The music is my one point of contention. I like the music, and there are some songs that are really good, but there are a couple others that I won't say are bad, because they're not. They're just a little forgettable. But I've only played through it once. I need to play through it again, and I might be... I'm talking about Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. I might remember them more once I hear them again and be like, oh, yeah. Like right now, the 2nd level and I think the 5th level have songs that really stuck out in my head. I was like, these are really good.
Can you sing a couple bars?
No. Oh, and the songs from... There's 2 songs that are in the regular Bloodstained too that got chiptune remixes, which are very good. And those come from... I forget her name. The wonderful woman that did the music for Symphony of the Night. She did some songs here. So yeah, there's definitely good music. But like I said, I need to play through again because no matter what the game is, I don't remember every song from every level. But yeah, I can't recommend it enough. I am very excited to play it again. It's such a cool game. Very, very, very well done. Awesome stuff. So yes, that's what it's called. The official name is Bloodstained Curse of the Bloody Shard. Tommy says that. So all right, let's do a question. Mom Brain, can you get music ready, please?
Wait, Curse of the
Sure.
Moon?
Curse of the Moon. Circle of the Moon is
Circle
Castlevania.
of the Moon. Okay.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah,
there another moon one?
There's a bunch of them.
There's a song music one.
Castlevania Moon's Blood.
Wait, you just
No.
made that.
Symphony in the Night.
Yes.
Wasn't there like
There's Rondo of Blood.
Rondo of Blood? Isn't there another one, something of Moon or something?
Harmony of Dissonance. I don't remember another moon. There might be.
I don't know.
If only there was a page where you could look up all the names of the Castlevania
Some
games.
kind of red page.
Blood Ocean, Blood Ocean 7 says, how long do you think it will take before we see Switch imitators? And what do you think the lifespan will be for the Switch? Also, why do you think Nintendo's holding off from adding Netflix to the Switch? I mean, they just added Hulu. Is Netflix the console killer? Let's do this one at a time. Switch imitators. We're already seeing them. Some mobile company just announced another platform where it's basically doing the same thing as the Switch and even has a dock. So those imitators are now. And last year, when the Switch just came out, Sony was like, we don't think we're doing portable because it's not really a market. But now Sony's like, you know, there's something to be said for the portable space, and we're looking into that. So you know how it is. Lifespan of the Switch, I'll guess 5 to 7 years, somewhere in there. Sounds about right. Why do I think Nintendo is holding off on Netflix? Is Netflix a console killer? In some regards, yes. I think Netflix is a console killer because people put on their consoles and just watch Netflix and don't play games. And then game developers spend time and money making games that people aren't playing because they're too busy watching Netflix. I completely agree with that. And I've personally seen it. Half my friends lists when I play stuff on PlayStation are watching something on Netflix. And the same goes for Xbox when I'm on there, which is rarely. But
That's a console killer?
yeah. As in like it kills
The hardware.
no, like the gaming scene on consoles. I don't think he's literally saying, do you think Netflix kills consoles? I think he's saying it in regards to not good for the ecosystem of the system, which is why Nintendo is doing what they're doing, because they said before the Switch came out, we're focusing on games because this system plays games.
Right. No, I mean, because I had Netflix, I think on my 3DS and on my Wii U, and I didn't watch it on those. I watched it on my television because it was an automatic hookup.
I have. That's why I have a Fire TV, because I want a dedicated streaming
Do
device.
you think, like the movie industry in itself is a video game killer?
No, I mean,
Like
and
Redbox, I go to Redbox.
all forms
I
of
go out of my way to go to Redbox to rent a movie and not play a game.
all forms of
Redbox is
entertainment
constant.
are always competing for your time. So every form of entertainment is competing with one another, whether they openly address it or not. But yes, you
I
have
don't
the
think
option
books
to.
are actively competing because those are just pieces of paper sitting there.
Every form of entertainment competes with every other form. It's just some companies openly address that and say, listen, we know that people only have so much free time, so we have to make sure we do something to say, like, spend some of that time playing our games. And other companies just do their thing. So
And your spouses and children and family members are also one of those competing.
forget them.
Hey,
No, they don't count.
Hey, no, I'm over here.
Gonna watch Daddy play a game today. Thank you, Blood Ocean. You guys can send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. Ask us about Nintendo. Ask us about video games in general, or ask us about how good Dairy Queen hot dogs are, because I had my first one, thanks to Mom Brain, and it was really good.
Dairy Queen hot dogs.
Yeah.
I
Did that
know.
one become a
Pure ice cream.
No, it didn't. But they serve hot dogs now, and they did a little remodel.
That's right. I wanted to get a
stupid
chili
remodel.
dog.
They're there now. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, like they just like put a little bit of a front porch on it, kind of like.
Oh, that's nice then.
They are more expensive now. They used to be very cheap.
Got to pay for the remodel.
Yeah, I know. They've been around a long time, so Mom Brain.
Yeah.
Can we do some music, please?
I mean,
I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it?
I gotta move this so people
Hey, Kirby.
record.
Is that what you sound like?
Yes.
all right. This first little ditty comes from
I'm moving it so you guys can't cheat.
Expansion Sack.
Okay, it's gotta be a rare game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess N64.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess. Okay, we have 3 choices really: Banjo Kazooie,
Nope.
Banjo Tooie,
Nope.
and Donkey Kong 64. There you go. Quintessential rare.
Nice little fart tuba.
Should be your alarm in the morning.
That was from Expansion Sack. It was Donkey Kong 64. This one comes from Link 601.
Perfect Dark.
No.
Metal Gear.
No. Yeah.
This is Wii U.
Yeah.
Zombie U.
Nope.
That's a good guess. Okay, Deus Ex.
Yes.
Get
It
those
was
synth noises in there.
Deus Ex, and it was from Link 601.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex, yes.
This one comes from Wired.
Deus Ex. I'd go for some of that Deus Ex. This is familiar.
Is this Super Paper Mario?
No,
Does sound like Super Nintendo though.
it's not.
N64?
Nope.
What's this?
WiiWare.
GBA?
Wii.
Oh boy.
Beatbox. Beatbox. Blocks. Boom blocks.
No, no.
Ooh. Art style
No.
something. I have no guess at all. First party?
Yeah.
Oh, it's WiiWare?
It's Wii.
Okay, Wii something.
Uh-huh.
We play.
Uh-huh. I'll
Oh,
give it to you.
okay.
It's
We play
more
too.
specifically, it's laser hockey.
No, well,
But
that's the game in
Yeah,
We
it
Play.
counts, it counts. Shut up. Stop getting so worried about it.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
All right, so that was, you got all those right, didn't you?
Yeah.
This one comes from Andy the Zombie.
Is Pilowing 64?
Yep.
Let me go a little bit.
Is he better off dead? What are the game?
It's a great breakdown in the song, but we don't have time.
Next one comes from Cowboy.
Okay.
Muscle one.
What is this? Diddy Kong Racing?
Yes, that was Diddy Kong Racing from Cowboy. This one comes from Nate or Die.
This is a Mega Man.
Nope.
Oh no, hold on. Oh, it's Street Fighter. 2?
Yeah.
Any one of them? Now, hold on. Whose stage is this?
Oh, yeah.
It's the same?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
That was Street Fighter 2 from Nate or Die. This one comes from Pratt Trap.
I like it. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
No.
Oh, I know this.
I think you do.
Yeah. Is this Wii?
Yeah.
Why do I know this? Dewey's Adventure.
Dog Island.
I definitely know it.
I don't know.
First party? No.
No.
Why do I know this?
I think you played it.
No, I did. Just don't know what it is.
What was that little pirate thing?
Jack and Wiki.
No.
Is it Klonoa?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Finally got cool.
It was Klonoa. This one.
You know who would have got that right away?
Who's that?
Matthew Perry.
This one comes from Wizrat.
Or wait,
Sorry, everyone.
is it a Sonic game?
No.
I know. Oh, wait, this is you know.
The way forward.
No, I know. With Patricia Wagon. Why can't I think of the name of that?
Oh, Mighty.
Mighty Switchboards?
Mighty Switch.
There we go. Thank you.
Great job.
Wait, what was the game that came out before Mighty Switch?
Stop! In the name of the law! Mighty Flip Champs?
Thank you. Okay.
With that green alien girl?
Yeah, that was a
I think
good
it
one.
was that one.
I don't know what that is. Doom.
Just a moment.
Just a moment.
I think we're good.
Who's this from?
This song comes from Eric Crack.
Doom, I'm guessing again.
No.
Tura.
No.
Daikatana. What system is this?
Wait.
Nightmare Creatures.
No.
I like how they're using that laugh. Wow. This is something. Baby Metal.
I'm not as familiar with Desperate Struggle, but
No.
Castlevania Judgment.
No.
Castlevania doesn't have like ghosts.
I don't remember what it has. Man, we got a perfect show so far, and I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I got it.
It's the third in the series. Zombies.
Oh, now you're giving us too much. Resident Evil.
No.
Wait, what was the game from Capcom? Was it Dead Rising?
It is Dead Rising 3.
Wow. That's half a point. That's half a point. Wait. Chop till you drop.
Chop till you drop. I was gonna say chopping mall.
that was
That's
That
the
was
name
Dead
of the
Rising
movie.
1. I thought that they re-released,
She just said there were 3.
and you said this was the third in the series.
Oh, did you say
I said
third?
this is the third one.
Oh,
Dead Rising
that's
3
not
wasn't
true,
in
yeah.
the system.
That's the first one.
Oh, well, this is Dead Rising 3.
Then it wasn't on the game.
Well, it's Dead. I mean, Dead Rising was on the way.
That's all that matters.
Oh, well, I could. Well, it could have been.
Well,
Oh, whatever.
Well,
The last song today I am excited about, and it comes to
Flicky.
us. No.
Toe Jam and Earl.
No. It comes to us from
Hello
Naka.
Kitty.
Oh, she's listening to this week. Earthworm Jim. Seinfeld. Wish I remembered the name of the stage. Do you have it?
This.
One named stage I remember is Not a Problem, and that's not what this is.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was listening to the Sega CD version of the soundtrack this week because I haven't really heard that. Oh. Well, I guess it's game over. So, what are you doing? Just playing through now? This is not a problem.
It's not a problem.
Hey!
Yeah, what was the guy's name? The guy that was made of boogers?
This one is
No.
called.
I don't know.
Sergeant Snub or something.
Yeah, he had that like a military haircut.
Butt Bill.
Yeah, Queen Slug for a butt. All right, well, that's the show. We're late. Thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, we could have left it going.
Well, I'm looking for.
It's the after show.
I'm looking for another one.
It's Petey's. Something about Pete. Oh, probably. I don't know. Hey!
I wanted to play this for you because it sounds like something that you guys might like.
Okay.
Thanks, Ella Wolf.
Oh, it's Herbie Hancock. Sorry.
I didn't hear what he said.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Wow.
Well, thank you.
But it sounds enough like Toe Jam and Earl.
It does sound like Toe Jam and Earl. I'll give you that.
I'm sorry. My brother owns this album.
That's fine. I wanted them to say it was Toe Jam and Earl and be like, nope. But they wouldn't say
It's
that
fine, you ass. Sarah says, thanks, RC, Mom Brain, Nikki Hill, and Kirby. Great show, as usual.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you. Now all I have to do is hook up with the makers of that one game so I can do all their commercials now. Whatever that game was called. Something
Ravenwood, right?
Yes.
I think that sounds like a game I'd like to play.
That's what I was thinking as I read it. Drew says, no jam, no Earl. That's right. I guess that means there's toe.
Oh, instead of toe jam, it's no jam.
No jam, and no jam, no Earl.
No jam and
Earl. I didn't want to take that one because you guys want one, Kirby?
One's enough for me, thanks.
Oh, look at you and your control.
Nikki Hill, you're looking great lately. Kirby, you look great all the time. Nikki Hill, you're looking great lately.
You used to look terrible.
I do like that hat.
Thank you.
What is that hat?
there's someone at the table you forgot.
Got a new hat. I'm looking okay.
Is Comanche here? It's a lighting company.
Oh,
It's
that's
an
why he's holding a
HBK hat.
camera, not a box with a butt on it. Yeah.
It's a guy with his butt in the air, sunbathing.
Oh,
He's holding the camera.
Other than that.
You say you need a net?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you covering your mouth?
Mung mouth.
You gonna barf?
Yeah.
I'll be borfing.
I ain't barfed in a long time.
Yeah, me neither.
Kirby's borfing right now. I can't remember the last time I really threw up.
Didn't you throw up in the apartment?
No.
I seem to remember you thinking you were gonna.
Oh, no.
Remember I had that terrible stomach bug when we moved into the apartment?
Yes, I do.
It was right after we moved in.
Yes. Bye, Sarah. Thanks for coming. The thing I was going to say during the show that I didn't say for some reason. I told you I was going to tell you. Apparently, one regular network is interested in and is trying to get the rights to air WrestleMania live. They want it.
That would be cool.
Well,
yeah,
it'd probably be
great.
with commercials, so that wouldn't be cool, but I know. Oh man, that's a hell of a
Stress
deal.
eating.
That's a hell of a deal. All right, guys, the show's done exporting. The Owl Wolf says throwing up. The memories.
Ugh.
Thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. I guess. Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.